Have you ever felt that, even when you have everything the world says is important, there's still a void inside you? As if there's a silent voice asking for change, asking for freedom? This is the call of a spiritual awakening. And when it happens, it's rarely gentle. It's often confusing, sometimes painful, but always profoundly transformative. A spiritual awakening isn't a goal you achieve overnight, but a gradual process where we begin to see beyond illusions, beyond the ego, and start to live more consciously. But, to follow this journey, it's necessary to learn to let go. Releasing what no longer serves us makes room for something new to flourish within us. The first thing we learn to let go of is the need for external approval. For a long time, we believe our worth depends on compliments, likes, or the acceptance of other people. However, as our consciousness expands, we understand that true validation comes from within. The opinions of others can never define who we truly are. Next comes detachment from material possessions. We discover that the things we accumulate say nothing about our essence. Cars, clothes, houses, or social status do not represent true abundance. Wealth is found in experience, in the love we give and receive, and in the depth of our presence. We also abandon our obsession with control. It's natural to want to control every detail of life, but this only keeps us fighting against the flow of the universe. Over time, we realize that a greater wisdom is guiding our steps. We learn to trust, to let go of the results, and to walk with more lightness, knowing that everything happens at the right time. Another necessary liberation is from toxic relationships. We often insist on maintaining draining bonds, whether out of fear, obligation, or habit. But when we awaken, we understand that certain connections simply don't keep up with our evolution. Letting go of these people is difficult, but it makes room for new, healthier, and more aligned relationships to flourish in our lives. We also let go of the habit of hiding behind masks. Throughout our lives, we have been encouraged to please, to pretend, to fit into roles that don't belong to us. But living this way has a price. We lose our authenticity. Spiritual awakening calls us to be ourselves, with our imperfections and uniqueness. Gradually, the fear of the future also loses its power. We realize that worrying about tomorrow only robs us of today's peace. We live in the present, and that is where life happens. The future ceases to be a prison and becomes just a horizon we walk towards with confidence. Another burden we learn to release is comparing ourselves to others. Every journey is unique, and there is no right or wrong path. When we stop measuring ourselves against others, we discover the beauty of being unique, with our own lessons and achievements. Alongside this, we free ourselves from guilt and regret. We understand that mistakes do not define us. They are part of our evolution, lessons that shape who we are. Forgiving ourselves becomes an act of healing. We also begin to reduce the distractions that pull us away from ourselves. Less time wasted on screens, less noise, less superficiality. Gradually, we cultivate silence, presence, and a genuine connection with what truly matters. Finally, we learn to let go of the fear of death. With the expansion of consciousness, we understand that death is not an end, but a transition, a natural passage in the cycle of existence. When this fear dissolves, we live with more lightness, valuing every moment of the present. Each of these things we release isn't a loss, but a liberation. By letting go of what no longer serves us, we gain inner peace, authenticity, clarity of purpose, and the chance to live fully in the now. The more we let go, the freer we become. And the freer we are, the closer we get to our true essence. Spiritual awakening is not a race, and there is no rush. Each person has their own time, each soul has its own rhythm. The question that remains is, which of these 10 things have you already learned to let go of? Share your experience, because by sharing your journey, you also inspire others to follow the same path. If this content resonated with you, like, share, and subscribe so we can continue this journey together. Because when we awaken collectively, the whole world awakens. See you in the next video.